Very good afternoon to everybody. My name is Nishikant Gupta. I'm Director, Government and Public Sector Business in Click India Limited. Click is a leading market leader in business intelligence and analytics space. Before I start my presentation, I'll play a brief video that summarizes Click's philosophy of active intelligence, the data platform that we provide and that helps authorities to take action in real time.
Data lives, constantly evolving, creating new connections. To make the most of it, you must free it, find it, understand it, action it. There's a way. Active intelligence. A constant flow of real-time information, triggering insights and identifying trends, enabling you to respond immediately. Tap into this pulse with active intelligence.
I start my presentation with a brief introduction. So Click is a market leader in business intelligence and analytics space. We have been rated as leader by rating agencies such as Gartner. We are right now present in more than 100 countries and serve more than 38,000 customers across the globe. In India, we have a strong ecosystem wherein we are being used by more than 1,000 customers across the sectors. And we have our R&D and support team also that sits out of India. Across the world, we have more than 3,000 government customers, and across the sectors they are using us. Major authorities, public sector companies, and governments utilize Click for analytics and business intelligence. These are some of the customers in India, the government customers, which include many ministries, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Finance, Transport Department, Delhi has recently started utilizing Click. These are some of the key users across the world in transport and logistics. So Deutsche Bahn, Japan Railways, Eurotunnel, RioCard, SNCF, Canadian Pacific, NSB. So these are some of the large customers of Click in transport and logistics domain. So what we observe today is that commuters have to travel long distances to work because of increase in urban population and because of expanse of cities and towns. And because they have to travel long distances to work, so they have last mile connectivity also becomes an issue. While public transport is one of the cheapest mode of travel, however, there are certain issues involving end-to-end connectivity. So, as also stated in the NUTP guidelines, the authorities have to plan for people rather than planning for individual modes of transport. So that there is no time penalty, there is no money penalty, there is no safety penalty, and so these kinds of penalties are not there from one mode to the other. So while providing connectivity, physical infrastructure is required, but for providing end-to-end seamless connectivity across modes, data plays a very important role. And as we have already discussed in the previous forums, a lot of work has been done in the last 10 to 15 years, wherein we see that most of the public transport modes have been connected with the GPS devices, and we are generating lots of data. While lots of data is being generated, but there are certain challenges to it. The first and foremost challenge is that this data, which is being mostly used for minimal purposes, like managing certain contracts. So this data lies in different silos with different departments, with different functions, with different transport authorities, with different modes across cities, across regions. And whatever collaboration is happening in form of reports which are generated by IT people on ground, like a bus driver or a depot manager, do not have real-time information at the place in the moment in which they are functioning. So to provide end-to-end seamless connectivity across public modes, public transport modes, it is important to correlate and collaborate this data. It is important to correlate operations data with revenue data, with inventory, maintenance data, with commuter preferences data, location data. So all these data, when you collaborate, you are able to provide real-time information, you are able to provide analytics on top of it. So here comes the platform Click. which provides you an end-to-end platform that helps you connect data across sources and bring that into one place. And it provides a platform that supports all the big data and advanced analytics use cases. It provides a self-service tool to the end users who can generate their own insights. Even if a bus driver or depot manager does not know how to generate insight, they can simply ask question in their natural language from the tool and get the answers in the natural language. There are advanced reporting features like at the end of the day, the depot manager will get a report where all infractions have been done, at which places the drivers have committed overspeeding. So all these reports get generated. Also, the tool is compatible with mobile devices, and once you have deployed the tool on a server, the same dashboard can be seen on the mobile devices by the people who are working on ground. So here we have enlisted some of the use cases of power of real-time analytics, which can be given to the end users and reduce the dependence on the IT people. Say, for example, can we empower, from the operational perspective, can we empower the depot managers by providing them real-time information on schedule versus actual, on missed stops, on-time departures, and can we correlate this data with the stores and inventory data so that they can improve the reliability of the system? Can we empower the driving behavior by providing information on what kind of trainings the drivers require? What is their driving behavior on roads in real time? Can we empower the contract managers by giving them a tool which is self-service tool so that they do not depend on IT people to generate or monitor contracts? From the planning perspective, can we provide planners with a tool to monitor the traffic patterns in real time and do dynamic traffic planning for the city? Can we provide seamless integration between the modes? Can we provide a platform that helps integrate different modes and help people in real time about the availability of, say, IPT and autos, about booking for the seats in a shuttle bus, time to the next shuttle, so things like that. Can we map the areas where panic alarms and accident zones are there? Can we improve the real-time grievance redressal mechanism? Can the commuter be better informed? Say, for example, commuter can be informed that my driver has experience of such and such years, and this helps in building the confidence of the commuters. Can we map the environmental and safety concerns? So these are some of the real-time analytics use cases. This is an example where the application can be seen on the mobile device, so it helps the people on ground. This is the example of conversation analytics, where the dashboard gets integrated with Alexa, so you can ask questions and get answers from Alexa rather than going to the dashboard. This is the example of plotting geodata on map using Click Geoanalytics, where transport officials can see and track the bus routes in real time for any deviations. This is the example of generating proactive reports for depot managers for assessing the driver behavior. This is example where in the single frame, the authority is able to pinpoint the areas and the routes and the bus and its characteristics and speed profile in one single frame. This is the example where Click is working with big data companies for dynamic transportation planning based on the actual traffic on road. Click is being used by Rio Card, where a common mobility card across 72 Brazilian cities is being used. So Click is being used specifically for doing fraud analytics. Eurotunnel is using Click for sales analysis, for customer intelligence and sentiment analysis, for fraud detection, etc. So I now call Mr. Piyush Kanti from CloudStrats.
Hello, everyone. First of all, it's great to be here, and thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to come with Click and be able to showcase some of the key solutions and services that we can offer, especially in the mobility area. We are, I think if we can get the presentation up. So we are a Make in India company called CloudStrats. We recently are one of the first 13 companies to get access into Gati Shakti. We were just discussing how Gati Shakti and some of the other initiatives that Government of India launching will help mobility across India. So So the topic that we are trying to discuss today is essentially how can we help sustainable transport systems, and we wanted to leverage the power of analytics, which Nishikant took, and we wanted to essentially talk about how we can take analytics, data, and also artificial intelligence, and then be able to support a more sustainable transport ecosystem. As a firm, we basically accelerate transformation. We essentially build Make in India artificial intelligence products in all the three areas. We have products in the vision space. We were talking about a ton of textual data or sentiment data that people put on social media or in filings, and we basically work with that. These are some of the key urban mobility challenges that I think across the country, especially we oversee. And we've been working with about a lot of government entities, both at the center as well as the state. And we feel that these are common problems across the board. We see a ton of aging infrastructure. We see a lot of focus on road safety. We see growing congestion, low transit ridership, availability of services, accessibility for commuters, coordination between agencies is another factor that we look at, and essentially a lot of data now going to different companies which are now running urban mobility systems also call the need for cybersecurity in terms of controlling that data. Overall, we look at how we can sustainably retrieve information from all systems and then use that to effectively give the outputs that the mobility system is looking at. So in essence, what we have built together is a system that essentially listens. It takes in data from all systems. We then, based on artificial intelligence, make a learning engine on top of it. We do sensing from there. We then put together a system to be able to forecast. We were talking a lot about predictive maintenance, which is essentially more important to look at the ability to find out issues within buses before we actually go ahead and plan for preventive maintenance. So in essence, we are able to take all that data, simulate, collaborate, and automate the functions for any mobility solution from there. There are three solution areas that we as CloudStrats bring to the table. We basically look at a ton of artificial intelligence in the vision space, which essentially means we can recognize faces from people. We are able to do a ton of video analytics, etc. The second one that we look at is essentially on voice-related artificial intelligence. And the third one is essentially around text-related AI, where we look at how we can take data in text form and then do sentiment analysis or OCR scanning, etc. All these products are essentially Make in India, and when collaborated with Click, we are able to assimilate all that information and give you the right decision-making tools that you are in look for. Thank you very much.